Hello and welcome back to Rule the Waves 2. We are playing the Imperial German Navy and it's 1914 and we've just begun a war with France and Italy both. So far, as we can see, the battles weren't really in our favor, and unfortunately, as we can see here, Tunisia will probably be lost in a few turns, a few months. The overall situation, though, is nothing to cause us too much worry. While we will lose Tunisia, I think in overall tonnage terms we can hold our own. We have one each additionally currently in refitting, so we have 10 battleships and 5 battle cruisers against their 9 and 5 and 3 and 2. They are building some. Our pre-dreadnoughts are mostly scrapped or sunk. We have those 5 still, but they will be kept in reserve. I don't intend to use them in any way where they might face like a ship with 10 13-inch guns or 12 13-inch guns. That doesn't seem like a really bright idea to send pre-dreadnought battleships with 14 tons against something twice their size with 3 or 4 times the amount of guns. In general, the mission now will be to look for a fleet battle with the French Navy, and as soon as it happens, and where we hopefully will defeat them, the strategic situation should look somewhat different. We are currently building a lot of light cruisers. Light cruisers is actually something where we are decent in regards to them, but ours are becoming old, and we've lost a couple of the light cruiser class that was meant for frontline battle and are mostly left with the ships that were intended for colonial service, so with 4-inch guns, and I don't want to send 4-inch armed light cruisers against 6-inch armed enemy ones. So in this regard, we need some new ones. In terms of protected cruisers or heavy cruisers, we are vastly inferior, but I think I can at least make up for that to some extent with battle cruisers. But this is a deficit and a problem. And the Kaiser already, as I remember in the last episode, voiced his displeasure, so some prestige was lost, but there's nothing that we can solve fast. Destroyers, we're pretty decent. We don't have a single submarine, but I don't think that I'll start constructing them right now. As soon as these refits are done, we will design a new battleship or battle cruiser, depending on what we actually need, because we are now at 15-inch guns at 0 quality, which means that a 15-inch gun ship is actually pretty competitive. Also, destroyers are at 1100 tons, and as we can see, the biggest ones the German Navy is currently fielding is 900 tons, so in this regard there's some room for improvement as well. Anyways, currently budget-wise everything's fine. Naval aviation, we only have some, if I remember correctly, yes, we only have some Zeppelins for scouting, and they are situated in Pillau and Emden to hopefully cover the most likely areas where we will face any naval engagement in the next time. But as said, right now we will focus on the French, and after that there's not that much we can do. We can try to crush their fleet, but with Tunisia lost pretty soon, we won't be able to send significant forces into the Mediterranean without the risk of them running out of supplies. So we will have to see what we're doing, but in general it won't be easy, but it won't be a war that we lose for sure, and I think we can be optimistic. And maybe I'm lucky. No, I don't think I actually think I can stop the invasion of Sicily with me losing Tunisia now. There is, and not even having significant forces left. I mean, I have 3 cruisers. With that, I don't see a point in trying to keep fighting them. But another thing I see, as I remember, we had developed so a better fire control, and the Hannover and Lothringen class are still at central firing, so they should be modernized, as well as the Moltke and von der Tann. It's one turn until the Derflinger is modernized, and then we'll modernize the next one. But I think we might actually start with the Hanover right away. I don't think it's a very nice design with those only 3 turrets in the center line, but at least we can try to get the best out of it. For as long as we're still using them. They will be discarded as soon as possible though. So let's just switch the fire control system. This way the rebuilding will be rather fast and cheap. And how many do we have? 3, 5. We have 5 Mecklenburg and Weissenburg. You know what, let's modernize them as well. No, should we? No, we are modernizing 3, and in case of a naval battle I don't want to risk too much. So Italy is unhappy with the war. That's very good, that will help me. New docks finished, which now allow 45,000 tons. So this is like the size I, in my latest game, stick to when I modernize, when I design ships later in the game, because after 45,000 tons it seems to be increasingly just a waste of money, because the amount of extra armor or armament you gain in bigger ships doesn't seem worth the money spent. But anyways, they want to send revolutionary to Italy. Let's send it. Even better fire control. And now we can have naval aviation heavier than air. Okay, let's... Oops, I didn't want to fight the battle. Damn it. I wanted to auto finish it. Well, too late now. Let's see. Okay, wind is going this way, so we should go across it, I think. The armor of the ship, the armament is pretty good. I don't know why it's only 17 knots. It probably said it in the beginning, didn't it? Is the weather bad? No, it isn't. No idea why it's limited to 17. Okay. The Salino class blows up. That's nice. Venezia now. Let's see what we can do about that. We keep hitting him with 9-inch guns. So yeah, he's stopping already, so we need to change course, because I think I was in his torpedo range, and that would be really stupid to lose the Veneta when I already have won the battle. So this is a pretty easy thing now. We just... and it blows up too. Perfect. I think that should be it. No, it isn't. Okay. So there are still enemies nearby. Okay. Should we look for them? Yeah, why not? Whatever. It's just... I'm pretty sure the game will end anyways pretty soon. Doesn't seem likely that I run into even more. Back to cruise speed, so for whatever the reason it was, I was only able to do 70 knots. That shouldn't be an issue anymore, I think. Guess there was a message right at the beginning of the battle that I clicked through without reading it properly. I guess that might have been the reason. So there was one light cruiser left. Where was it? It was actually pretty close. Okay. Well, I might have been able to kill that one too, but 2 cruisers sunk is pretty nice. Major victory. Good. 9 million surplus, and we had 1 battleship and 1 battle cruiser modernized. So those are 12-inch and those are 13-inch. Let's modernize the heavier one first, the better one. And we now have 3 Mecklenburg, 5 of them. Yeah, no. Okay, so only one battle cruiser was modernized. We'll wait with more battleships until the Hanover class is finished. But I still run a huge surplus. Thing is, should I build battleships or battle cruisers? Let's see what design we can do. But for the low number of battle cruisers, I should cruisers and battle cruisers, the Kaiser was unhappy, so I should probably concentrate on them. And midships, I don't know why they would design this. If you look at this firing angle, I'd rather have a double turret in the back than a midship turret. A very weird design. I mean, it's 35,000 tons at 28 knots. Okay, it's not that bad when we count for the armor, and I guess with the midship design it is able to get more guns there. But still, I don't like it. Aft center lines superimposed should be, again, lighter than aft superimposed. Question is, does it account for the armor weight too? Let's check this. 1133 with aft superimposed. 1100, yeah, so it's the only difference is the weight of the turret itself. It doesn't give any additional benefit, like because the magazines are placed differently or something. So there's no point in not using the aft centerline superimposed. This way we still have a huge weight remaining, and I think we might actually at least do 322. How big would it have to be for 4 triple 15-inch guns? We don't need the torpedo mounts underwater. AA positions, are they ready yet? No, we can't. Okay, so we can have 5-inch. Let's see. I would like to have at least 3.5-inch deck armor and maybe 13-inch. Let's see whether we are able to make that happen with 45,000. We aren't. Okay. Could just we probably solve every problem with just this, and that seems like a good choice. Could make it faster, 1 knot, but it's still on coal. So with 1 engine refit, it'll be faster anyways. So we can increase the deck size, and 4-inch is almost enough to be good enough for until the end of the game, especially if I'm able to add another inch in refit later. And 14-inch is more than enough on the side. The armor, the turrets are a little weakly armored though. This is the question. What if I reduce that? We could go instead of 6-inch. Do I have like external? I think I do, right? Why does it want me to have it classified because of that? Those? No. I don't understand why it wants that to be classified. Let's check that. No, I can't even save it. If it's 28 knots in 1914, probably because of the armor. It's considering it to be too heavily armored. What about this? No? Okay, so apparently if it were more weakly armored, yeah, now it's suddenly a battle cruiser again. Okay, I guess I armored it too heavily. Well, a fast battleship wouldn't be that bad of an idea either. How much more expensive is it? 138 basically. $38. That's 24 million if I'm not wrong. 24 million for a significantly more durable ship. doesn't seem like a very bad idea. I can later probably increase the secondary armament a lot more. If I am doing this, should have more than enough, and I can later change them to anti-aircraft dual-purpose guns. Okay. So this is now suddenly a battleship. Does it actually work? Okay, it does. That doesn't seem like a really bad design. I should actually consider it. You know what? Let's do this. Let's design this, and let's design a battle cruiser close to it. On the other hand, we can't build a lot of them at the same time, and it seems a waste of money to do an extra design. So I guess we will do the Prinz Eitel Friedrich. I will probably rename it too. But that actually seems like a pretty... Okay, we lost Tunisia. But like a pretty amazing design, and pretty strong too. This armor and then fast as a battleship. Okay, DD lost. Our VP, so all my merchant raiders are doing a great job. And the fleet battles, they might have stronger ships, stronger numbers, but let's see what I can do. Okay, so they follow... What? I'm sending a pre-dreadnought? Why is that activated? Thought all of them were in mothballed. Well, I guess I'm fighting with a completely obsolete pre-dreadnought then. Should I have it retire? I mean, I could send it back to port now. But you know what, if I already have it, let's just say fuck it. And see what it can do in battle. How fast are they? 21 knots, I guess? Yeah, 21. Okay. You guys continue forward. You guys are how fast? 25, all of you, okay. Not the fastest battle cruisers, but I guess fast enough for 1914. And those can go up to 20 knots, which means the Hessen will lose contact, but I don't care. The only bad thing about it is if I lose it, that I lose some victory points, but I wouldn't even mind having that ship sunk. It's supposed to be scrapped soon anyways. Okay. Those guys go down further south. Would be nice if you guys were able to sink one of those heavy cruisers or protected cruisers. In this time frame, they are still protected cruisers. Okay. Yeah, we do get some hits. How good are they? Very weak. For a 7-inch. Yeah, those don't look like ships that are really frightening. I mean, my light cruisers, they can overpower my light cruisers. But that's about it. And there comes the French fleet. Okay, so you guys are still well within firing range. Okay, you guys are now turning southeast. Maybe we can take out those two ships here, those two battle cruisers. 12, 13 inch, 9.5 and 2 inch. Not that bad, actually. I mean, that's more guns. I have 8, they have 12. That's a lot of additional firepower in comparison to me. Yeah, I guess I really need new battle cruisers instead of that nice battleship design, but I'm gonna build it anyways. It's too good not to be built, I think at least. We'll then see the dilemma that every naval architect faced in reality, that theoretical design might end up not being a great design in reality, but we'll find out. I really like the idea of having 28 knot battleships with extremely heavy armor. In this time, they should be invincible. And even with torpedo protection too, they are able to withstand some torpedoes even later in the game. And the Republic seems to lose speed. You guys can speed up. That makes you harder to hit. You guys charge in towards the battle cruisers, hopefully helping. Oh, it's only one. Okay. Hopefully sinking that one, but that one doesn't look like it's going to last long. Where's the Hessen? Ah, there it is. I don't think Hessen will be... I mean, it's getting separated. That doesn't look like it has much future, much to expect. Let's check their classes here. 14-inch. If those guns are good, this design isn't really bad. It might actually do some damage. Charlemagne class. Again, 13-inch, 12 of them with a broadside of 10 of them with a broadside of 8. The armor isn't too strong, but probably still somewhat sufficient. I mean, 14-inch heavier armor, much heavier deck. I already have 4-inch deck. I completely forgot that. Okay, those are pretty weak. Only 11-inch, and I think I haven't modernized them yet, so they even have bad fire control. That really isn't good. Okay, you go a little further south, so those guys can use all their guns. You guys charge down and kill the Republic, because as soon as he's done, we can concentrate on something else. That Masema class is getting hit pretty hard too, I think. Yeah, it's being hit in every turn, every minute. Shells are hitting him. You guys have actually torpedoes? You do. Well, why don't we try one? Yeah, friendly ship. I have no idea where they're supposed to be a friendly ship, but I guess that's a miracle the game won't solve for me. Okay, Wettin is losing contact, probably some damage to the rudder. No, I don't know why. We just send it to follow the division it's a part of. That should solve that pretty soon. Okay, those here are... We could cross the T now, but the problem is then we follow the wind and have the full malus, the full disadvantage of that. But I could... Yeah, let's just turn a little further in. Where's the Hessen? Up there. 53% damage. Only 2 guns, and one is even destroyed. Oh, did it even hit something? I don't know. Does it list? Does it list damage it did? I don't think it does. That's secondary. It's even a -1 I see here. That's horrible. Yeah, I think the Hessen, I should have sent her away right away. That's why if I decide those ships aren't worth fighting in the main battle line, as I did by intending to keep them in mothballed, then I shouldn't send her back then I shouldn't allow her to join the battle line. But I guess it's too late now. Question is, what are we doing now? Their Masena is decent. The Charlemagne is pretty good. And they have a lot of them. Requin, 13 inch, so a broadside of 10. 9 inch only, okay. And then a lot of pre-dreadnoughts. They are vastly superior in numbers. I guess I shouldn't go down here, but rather back up so I'm able to retreat to Emden if necessary. I mean, I'm pretty confident with those here, with the southern group of battleships. I'm not sure about the Lothringen class. What is it? Those here, Lothringen class. They aren't too strong, so, and they aren't modernized yet. But well, we'll see. Let's send in the destroyers. That will also give us some breathing space, and the Republic is now dealt with. You guys could actually shoot. Okay, you're shooting there. No, you guys shoot the cruiser. Can you shoot that guy here? Yeah, that guy. He's so close you can probably take him out right away. Kleber. Ah, what is this? Okay. So a lot of hits, mostly on their side though, if we see that. Look. What is the status? That's pretty fine actually. What is their status? That's fine too. So the only ship that took serious damage was the Hessen, and the Hessen seems to be out of trouble now. We can give her order to go full speed, and then we're just going to try to get her back to port while we deal with the rest here. Kleber seems to be stopped as well. Yes, so let's do a course change to make sure there is no torpedo threat, and then they could actually join the fight against the enemy battle fleet. Okay, you guys, 53, that's a lot now. Okay, that's mostly the turret that is taken out. But yeah, the damage is coming now. But if we see here, that is all their battleship, not one hit on mine. Guess also because they are concentrating on the destroyers now. But so far, not that bad of a result. Thing is though, what I see now is if I'm charging up here, I'll make sure the Hessen is coming back into fighting distance. So I should probably go between them and the Hessen. Perfect. Charlemagne class has been hit by a torpedo. He's still pretty fast though. Well, let's see. What are you guys doing? Coming up here, okay. 15 knots only? Why? Why are you guys only doing 15 knots? Let's try to get you back manually. But I mean, mostly they are hit. I hardly see a hit on mine. I mean, some DD hits. And two more torpedo hits. That's perfect. Guess that one should be mostly done now. Now let's slow down. Where was that Elsass? Okay, so the Elsass is taking serious damage now, and it has taken flooding. So I guess they're concentrating on her now. Rounds fired last turn 0. Okay, what's the problem then? $61 damage, 2 turrets now out. This damage isn't too strong. Well, we should probably detach her and allow her to have her guns repaired. There's no point in sending her up there if she's considered to be damaged this way. I don't know whether it makes it more likely that flooding occurs or something like that. That flooding can't be dealt with. It might be because then the repair crews have to concentrate on something else, and we see a requin class being hit. So actually my destroyers are doing a pretty nice job, and that one actually seems to be dealt with permanently. Perfect. That's great, actually. Okay, and you guys, please don't shoot that wreck. That is already done. It would be nice if it would just like the closest targets, or if you could click on the map. I want them to shoot, yeah, those guys. And another torpedo hit. Pretty nice. Okay, how about you here? 3 targets taken out. Ooh. I have no idea what's going on there. I guess he's being hit, but in general, that's not too great. Eight, Masema. Which one? They still keep shooting the wreck. Would be nice if you could order, like, declare ships to be illegal to fire at, so you don't have to take care of that anymore. Because it's quite often, I think it seems to be rather luck than certainty whether or not they follow this order to shoot at something in particular. Okay, how about, is this one being hit now? Or are they still, yeah, they're still shooting this one. 2 4-inch guns, so that's secondaries. 7 6-inch, those are secondaries as well. Okay, you can shoot your secondaries at those, I don't mind. Okay, how about you, Alsace? How is it going? That one is back in action. Okay, he's shooting that Republic, who is sinking, so he's wasting ammo basically. You guys are fine, I guess. Fine, except that you're damaged a lot. But it proves it once more that they are useless. I think I'm gonna scrap them after that and forget that RPG part. Yeah, that RPG part where I wanted to keep some ships certain fleet size, because those are completely useless now. It would just be a waste of resources to keep them, even in mothballed. It's useless. And now let's just try to shoot them some torpedoes in the mix. I have no idea whether that's going to be a likely hit or not. Where would that be? I mean, they are coming head on, so it's extremely unlikely that they run into those torpedoes. But they are underwater torpedo tubes, and underwater torpedo tubes are getting reloads, if I remember correctly. So at least if the battle is lasting long enough, there will be more torpedoes for them to shoot. Okay, now they are getting hit, even though they are at very close distance, but they're getting hit. Should speed them up, maybe run away, I don't know. Okay, one hit, one. Okay, now Braunschweig superstructure hit, that is up here, near miss, Lothringen. Superstructure passed through. Well, damage is still okay. And do they hit? Of course not. Okay. As always, it would even be okay to lose a ship or two if I do vastly more damage. And the Suffren class should take insane damage. at this distances against the ships, against my more modern ships. Okay, how much ammo? They are still decent, I guess. I think they can actually turn around and just cross over again. Okay, what is detaching here? Wittelsbach now has taken some flooding damage. And one turret is destroyed. Okay. Should I have him retire? I don't think so. It doesn't seem necessary. You know what? You gotta just, yeah, follow this one. No, yeah, whatever. Follow Battle Division 7. Your buddies. Elsass is still here, 53%. This one is repaired. That one couldn't even shoot right now. No, I have cross-deck fire, so it could shoot. Okay. Damage isn't that high. So yeah, I can keep her in battle for now. And that one seems to be slowing down a lot. Suffren, one of them is getting hit. I mean, they must be. They must lose a lot of ships, I hope. Division catapult. I have no idea what that means. But just one of the regular reports that something went wrong. Mostly you can just ignore them. Occasionally you have to reload the game. But generally it shouldn't be that big of an issue. They have 4 submerged torpedo tubes. That might be an issue though, if I get too close. So I need to take out that Suffren as fast as I can. I mean, if I look at those are, a lot of them are pretty slow. Heavy damage, heavy damage. Could you guys take that Suffren out so we can run back? I mean, it almost seems like the AI is doing a suicide run for that one. So I am distracted and the rest can. Suffren secondary battery hit and it blew up. Secondary battery hit once more, which seems like a good argument against making secondary battery armor very weak. Even though that seems to be a very effective way of saving weight. But I honestly don't know. You can't make the armor this strong that it withstands heavy shells. And it seems to be rather useless. I don't think it should make a big difference whether it's 3 or 5 inch. Yes, we are saving survivors to get some more points. That Masema is done. They are shooting this one. They are shooting everyone. Okay. You guys could shoot something that is actually still afloat, still fighting. How about this one? And that is the Elsass. How fast can she go now? Okay, 10 knots. No flooding. Okay. Hessen is doing fine. Oh. Destroyers shouldn't be a big issue if they don't get too close. And I said, I don't think. The only bad thing about her sinking would be that I'm losing points. Okay. You guys are shooting the battleships. None of you is shooting those. This Masena. Yeah, I think Masena. Any French in the comment section can correct me. I would appreciate that, but my French classes are some time ago, that this is Suffren, I'm pretty sure, Charles Martel. But this Masena, I guess. Suffren is now stopped as well, so we can concentrate on the Charles Martel. Okay, we should I should just use the cursors. You guys are shooting the Suffren as well. Can you guys shoot that Charles Martel as well? Until he stops, you guys are already shooting somebody else good. Go in directly. There we see what happens if you, wait, okay, just one of theirs got hit again. There we see what happens if you bring pre-dreadnoughts in 1914 to battle. Something the High Seas Fleet actually learned too in the Battle of Jutland. They were just completely outclassed by everything heavy. While a pre-dreadnought might very well hold its own against a protected cruiser or a heavy cruiser, against battleships there's just nothing for them to gain anymore. Okay, I need to be careful because I'm pretty sure that guy has torpedo tubes, which he has. Is he circling? Probably is. I mean, he's being hit heavily. So let's just move down, send those down as well, and those here. And I think after passing him, this all should be over. He's being hit so much. Is it even saying sinking? Yeah, it is. Okay, now change target, please. I mean, shooting a BB would actually be nice. Something that hurts him, not just in regards of points. So maybe this one here. This one, battlecruiser Charlemagne class, Charlemagne. Okay, for that you turn over here. You turn over here and shoot the Charlemagne as well. As do you. Now you can, yeah, you can shoot this Suffren. And you guys turn over here as well. Okay. Okay, was it Hessen, right? Yeah, Hessen is getting away. Suffren is being hit. Yeah, but that's this one here, which is already going down. He's still at 10 knots? Yes, he is. He isn't sinking. He's still... How much armor does he have? Yeah, actually still some ammo left. So I should try to use that ship. Maybe you should be able to shoot this one down here. No, let's just order it to hold their fire, at least for the next 10 minutes. And then maybe he'll be in range to shoot this Masséna. So we make sure that his shells are actually being used for something. Yeah, like this. This looks... Oh wait, this one is stationary as well. Heavy damage. Not sinking yet. Yeah, well, shoot it anyways. Any torpedoes to be expected here? I don't think so yet. Those guys are pummeling this battleship. Brandenburg is being hit. Charlemagne hit. Okay. Masséna hit. Okay. Turn down south. Lothringen, yeah, you stay so you can shoot this one with all your guns. And it's getting dark. Okay. So in the twilight now I should probably close in here. They still have some ammo, and you guys can actually already run. What is up here? Those are ships thinking. I'm not going to take the risk of turning this victory in a defeat because I'm too greedy in this phase now. I shouldn't take the risk of being surprised at night, so I'm going to try to charge in as fast as possible to finish off a battleship or two here. And as soon as darkness arrives, we will be running like hell and trying to avoid anything now. But right now I can still like shoot this one and probably very likely sink it. But as said, as soon as this line arrives, I'll be running. Those are probably destroyers. Need to be careful about those. Okay, those are destroyers too. They will have launched now. So I guess let's change course. Von der Ton is out of main ammo. Okay, so the battle cruisers, yeah, as soon as they run out, they can actually turn away. I said I'm still not sure whether or not the secondary arm guns actually do need ammo, but at night, with DDs roaming around, nah, let's not take that risk. And if those guys are getting away, so be it. I'd rather have mine getting away as well. So far I haven't lost a single battleship. Wait, okay, so come on, pause. Okay. DDs are here. There was only one DD here. Maybe I'm trying to catch them. Yeah. Okay, those are DDs, I guess. Yeah. Turn sharply in. Now turn south. Ah, but he's still being hit. Okay, I think that seems like the sign to get away. Let's turn down to 10 knots so the torpedo damage doesn't do there. The flooding doesn't increase. You guys are running north directly, and we're trying to get away unharmed now, or without any further damage. 13, yeah, flooding is not spreading, so I think this should be it. And I'll need just keep an eye on here whether that's going to be any problem, but I don't think so. Okay, battle should be over pretty soon now. You guys go here, and you can aim for that one. Doesn't really matter whether 3 hours or continuously. Okay. What is this one here? Alsace. Okay. You go north as well. I don't want you to be found by them when you're only able to do 10 knots. Yep, you go into the port. This one can go down as well. Here, can move south. Now, come on. Oh, come on. When I hit the space bar, you're supposed to pause after one turn. Yeah, let's end the scenario. So I've lost 1 DD, they've lost 4 battleships, 1 battlecruiser and 3 pre-dreadnoughts. A little sad that I wasn't able to finish off those 3 battleships, but I got away with 1 DD lost. That's a resounding victory. So, nothing to worry about this here. This result should easily change the victory points as well, as we can see. Yep. Very good. Okay, now let's first check why that one was fighting. Hessen. Yeah, I don't know. Now it's in repair. I guess it was supposed to be something like this, that for some event it went into port and after that it went back into active service. but I don't think even turning them into a aircraft carrier doesn't seem to make too much sense. And I could turn them probably into an seaplane, to a seaplane carrier, but with 19 ships, 19 planes only. I'm not sure. Let's see if I do this. Light cruiser must be 20. It must be 20 knots, so I would have to respec their engine as well, which would cost too much. It's not sure actually. The AI does things. I guess my ships were significantly better too. If you wonder why I won, if you see the ships, what they have here, ships sunk, it's only 18,000 tons. 22, 23. 13 inch, 14 inch. The 14 inch might be bad 14 inch guns. And so we are 18 to 23,000 tons. And my smallest one was 23,000. But I fought them with ships with 35,000 as well. My battle cruisers 32, 25,000. I have 14 inch guns. I mean, I used some ships with 11 inch guns, far smaller than theirs. And I think the guns might even be not the best ones. But in general, my ships are better armored. As said, in the beginning when I started this series, I will focus on the historic policies of Alfred von Tirpitz, who said the first mission of a ship is to swim. So this design, which was my first dreadnought and a very weak design, has 12-inch belt, and they had ships with 9-inch belt. So they got sunk mostly by gunfire. Some were damaged by torpedoes, and I think there might be some that got away, but I think it was mostly gunfire. I can't see how they were sunk here. But in general, my ships are just better. I'm focusing on building the best ships I possibly can to be as strongly armored as possible, and in the end this pays off big time. Okay, now let's continue. Revolutionary. Oh god, no revolutionaries, we hate those. New enables small seaplane carriers. Okay, Hertha intercepts Italian radar. Let's do auto resolve. Sunk by Hertha again, because I designed the armored cruisers to be this strong, to be the strongest ones. They are superior than anything else. Repairs in this game are done automatically. We see here the status. AF means active fleet, MB means mothballed, and radar, R is radar, this is foreign station, and TP is trade protection. And those are 1 and 2. And those 1, 2 or higher means they are currently in the docks and getting repaired, and the maintenance costs go up, and that is to adjust for the work that has to be done in the dockyard. So we see Weissenburg here, they are 714,000 per month in maintenance, and this one who is in the docks has a significantly higher maintenance. This is how they are repaired. Okay, we wanted to scrap them. I don't think I should. Or should I turn them into seaplane carriers? I never had them. I don't think they are worth it. Yeah, let's just scrap them. No point in keeping those crappy things. Okay, so they want to keep the Preußen with her impressive battle record as a museum ship. It would cost me the mothballed maintenance, so 42,000, which will add up a lot, as the game will last for another 40 years. But of course, Preußen with that name, we will keep her as a museum ship. So maintenance costs, I now have a surplus of 15 million, which is really nice. We should be able to use that very nicely pretty soon when next design of the Prinz Eitel Friedrich is done, I'm probably going to rename her, but this should help me improve my fleet vastly. And as you've been missing, the ship design is designed in a very strong way, very fast, very strong armor, and again the biggest possible I can, which still makes sense. Okay, I don't care what their planes are. And my radars are becoming rather weak. Okay, well, let's see. Cruiser battle, yeah, let's do that. And they French decline. Convoy defense, I only have 2 light cruisers. 674 is pretty strong. A lot of victory points. But those will be my colonial cruisers, which are outdated completely, and I would just lose them if I did. The money, yeah, you get money for scrapping, obviously. I think if you meant this. A ship scrapped is still metal, and I actually dislike it that I would love to have it more than just that, because if I scrap like this ship, it should give me 5 turrets that I could either reuse on another ship, like the British did on the Vanguard, which used old turrets, or those would be perfect coastal batteries. So I'd love if they allowed me to, if they said to me we've got 2 turrets, or if they were just adding up, and I could choose here to put those turrets somewhere. Yeah, scrapping isn't worth the money. It's not a financial, doesn't help you a lot financially, but it saves a ton of maintenance, and it prevents you to go into battle with a completely outdated pre-dreadnought because you hadn't scrapped it yet, and it's somehow activated without you realizing. So my new battle cruiser is finished, so I can send more of them. Okay, now one of my cruisers is interned. No, we don't let them get off lightly. I lost Tunisia to them, so I want something back. And maybe if they make peace, they're just doing... Do I need this? No, I actually don't. Flying boat. What range? 147, that's useless anyways. So, okay, German radars, we're losing victory points by radars. Raid on enemy shipping, large. So that might turn into another fleet battle, which is the reason why they decline, I guess. Okay, destroyer. Something I always dislike, especially in this phase, where I focus on torpedoes and my destroyers are rather weak in gun armament. Well, let's try it anyways. Okay, what time is it? When does it become night? Twilight. Oh, sunrise is coming. Okay. Do I want to fight them? I could probably just run away. Yeah, let's actually go a little further back and see what it turns into. Whether they follow me. Okay, how good are those? Dar class. 2 3-inch, 4 2-inch, 3 4-inch. I think mine should be able to compete with that. Yeah, I guess I actually don't have to fear them. So let's order the flotillas to attack and actually charge in. Let's see what we can do there. But yeah, it really pays off to invest into fewer ships that are of superior design until a certain point. Like if you build a Yamato class, it is questionable whether that additional money you spent on a ship this size with like 70,000 tons is worth the difference to a 45,000 ton ship. But that my protected cruisers to this phase reliably take out enemy cruisers is just the result because I made them as big and as powerful as I could at that phase. And the last battle was this one-sided for that, mainly for that reason as well. And I had already modernized a lot of my capital ships with new directors. So this made them stronger in the naval battle too. But this seems like a waste of time and more of a gamble. like who has the lucky shot on another destroyer, so I'm just gonna break it off. It seems like a waste of time. Even if I sink one or two of their destroyers, that's not gonna be a lot of victory points. So why would I waste 15 minutes on a battle for that? I'm just going to run away. Yeah, I mustn't forget to modernize the other battleships now. Sights an unknown ship, where? There? Okay, they're following me now. Okay, I can't possibly let them into the bite here, so I need to charge at them after all. Now this is going to be a melee. Who is hitting whom first with torpedoes? You see, I don't even see hits. Now one superstructure hit, hull hit. It mostly seems like a complete waste of time and gamble. And two of my ships are already heavily damaged. I think I'm going to try to get back into port after all. They are now down at 19 knots. Let's see. Yes, you all enter, and that should pretty soon be the end of that. Okay. Now just waiting. This is something I dislike too, as they consider some likelihood of battle somewhere else. I can't end the battle and just have to wait until the time runs out and the game decides that it's now I'm now worthy to continue like this. Okay. So heavily damaged. I actually get a marginal victory because they were considered to be the attacker and failed to sink my freighters. Oh, well, not bad, I guess. I don't say no, but as we see, the victory points are irrelevant. Well, I see we are already over 1 hour, so I think it's about time. Well, maybe I should just, before I finish, let's just do this rebuild here. And when are they going to be finished? No, they are. Okay. So those here are still central firing. Yeah, I'm gonna order the Lothringen to get modernized as well, as much as I can, as much as it makes sense to this old or outdated design. And I now can afford to put more, to have them into in the dock, as the French have lost significant number of ships. But yeah, I think it's time about this. This is about time to finish this episode. As we can see, I was able to change the progress of the war quite significantly, while we have lost Tunisia, which was unavoidable against Italy and France. So far the war is going fine. I don't think I have lost anything of significance, maybe one destroyer. Have I lost? Yeah, and that ship is interned, but I don't think I've lost two. Yeah, okay. So 2 light cruisers. I haven't lost much. Actually, yeah, I did. Oh, well, still. The losses are very light, while the damage the fleet was able to inflict is significant. We've got four new light cruisers working up or in service already. Very strong ships now. 3 more are going to be finished. And after that, I think the war is just a matter of time until we win, because the superiority of my ships is so strong. I'm so convinced of the design of those classes. If we see here, yeah, that doesn't look... 12.5-inch belt, it actually isn't bad, but I think we can outmatch them, and they only have a 12-inch guns, and we have 14, up to 14, and that design even has 15-inch guns. No, you can't invade France. You can invade a lot of these provinces, but some are considered to be home area here. Home areas you can't invade, like France, this is home area, this is home area, but Corsica isn't, Sardinia and Sicilia aren't, Split, Dalmatia, so the Adria coast, most of the Adria coast aren't, Eastern Prussia isn't, so that can actually be invaded. Baltics isn't, Finland isn't, and so on and so forth. I have no idea here whether you could. I don't think you can. Yeah, I guess all of this is considered to be home area. No, actually, you could invade Maine. Interesting. Okay. So there are a few areas that would be considered home area, or home islands or something like that, that could be invaded, like Hokkaido. Can also be invaded, but the base itself is safe. So this part is safe, but you can have Sakhalin, or as we can see, Germany has conquered Kamchatka here, or the Eastern Aleutians. Yeah, that's how it's spoken, I think, in English. And even Alaska can be invaded. Much of it, but not everything. And only those home areas are safe. So everything else here can be invaded and taken, and so that leaves a lot of things over. Okay, so thank you for watching. We are done here. I think in the next episode we will probably finish the war. It looks pretty convincing so far, the progress. We should be able to crush the French, and the Italians have a vast have a revolution at hand almost, and there were riots for food shortages. So we should progress further, and I see, the advantages are obviously bases, and some of them have oil, so you get the oil if you own them, like this here, Sumatra has oil, through this France has oil, and initially at the beginning of the game they create a lot of money, so they help the yearly budget, but that decreases over time, so at the end of the game it's basically irrelevant or not whether you conquer bases, except for the fact that you can construct air bases there and have naval ports, but in financial terms it's irrelevant. So again, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, please follow and subscribe, and see you next time.